It's the ambition hour, baby. It's the ambition hour, baby. It's the ambition hour, baby.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves. And this is episode 182. I'm Hello, everybody, and welcome yet again to another episode of the Ambition Hour podcast. I am your host, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves, joined with my co-host, House 600. I'm a little rusty too, huh?
Hey, man, we got to keep on working at it, I guess. So, yeah, it is me, House 600, in the building. Good to be here. Hope you guys heard that last episode of the podcast. It was great. We are trying new things, so let us know what you guys want to hear. And if you know any of local artists that are looking to get their songs played on a platform, please send them our way, and we can give them that shine.
I'm actually really excited. The last episode that I did it by myself. You guys didn't know. If you haven't tuned in, 181 was just an episode of me. There was no visuals. So hello, this is how I look currently. Okay. If you're watching us on YouTube, I appreciate you. If you are listening to us, wherever it is that you're listening to us, I appreciate you as well. Like how I've said, we're trying something new. We're doing the just the audio episode once a week, and then the video and audio also. So 2 episodes a week just for you guys. So we're going to start the episode how we always start it, and that is by saying what we are grateful for. Hav, can you please share what you are grateful for this week?
I am grateful for, man, honestly, I'm grateful for almost like the development of life, of just like knowing yourself and being aware of things. You know, I'm a very undecisive person, so I have to talk to people about the decision I'm going to make, or I want people to kind of hey, what do you think about this? I'm going to do this. What do you think? So, and just understanding that I'm a little bit more like that in certain aspects of things. Why am I we talked about something too of why don't I care about stuff, after a certain amount of time? Well, I'm kind of good off stuff, and then that's just something I just know that's how my mind works. So I'm just grateful for getting to know me more, self-awareness, right? Yeah, and getting to know me a little bit more.
This week I am grateful for, the second time, I'm grateful for a lot of things this week. Honestly, I'm just grateful for the relationship that I have with God, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have the faith that I do. My faith is unshakable, unbreakable. I believe it with my whole entire heart that what is destined for me is already mine. So that is what I'm grateful for. If this is your first time listening to us, so go ahead and, just say what you are grateful for, and just be happy and thank the God, the universe, whoever it is that you want to thank for whatever it is. Because remember, there are times that there are people who have less than what we have, and they are always grateful for what they have. So that's why we always start the episode with that. Thank you for sharing, Hav. It is very good to have you back. We haven't seen you since September, your birthday, I would say.
Yeah.
For the video of San Francisco. How has it been? It's already been a month since that video has dropped. How has the feedback and everything been since the drop of that song? Well, and then also you dropped a project, so it's all together the question.
Well, basically how the response has been great, and just know that I have to basically keep up that same amount of quality and for the next thing. And then, sometimes the numbers and stuff like that could seem larger than life. And then some people are like, damn, Hav is famous now. I can't talk to him or some shit like that. Some people were telling me that.
Wow.
And that's kind of not true, guys. You guys could still, the numbers the same. You can still slide in the DM and chop it up with me.
Unless you're talking saucy.
So, there's just little stuff like that, and then the reaction off of the project is a little bit more of the same, or just people being more I'm in my bag, and I'm only just getting better with this shit and more comfortable and doing new things, trying new things, and really trying to apply that pressure, because you want to make music that's undeniably good, that just you just can't deny it. So
and
that's
you're so consistent. So
with that, so yeah.
I'm happy.
More music on the way too. So
always.
And I'm gonna hopefully shoot a music video soon for one of the songs off of House 600.
Yay! Y'all make sure that you go ahead and check that out. As always, worth the wait, and the Ambition Hour. I will always make sure that you guys know when things are dropping when it comes to Worth the Wait. So make sure that you're always tuning into the episodes. So that way you know what's dropping, what's coming, what's already dropped, all of those things. We always announce things here first. I mean, this is our platform, so that is where we will announce it. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Cali trip.
Yeah.
How was your trip? I shared on the last episode that I had a great time, that it was nice spending time with family and things like that. But Hav also went on the trip, so I wanted him to share a little bit about how his trip went.
My trip was really cool. It was fun. Of course, I got to spend time with family and friends, and then just also like, man, shout out to Jorgito. We gotta definitely do that. But really, just spending time with him is just it's just a pleasure, I guess.
That was so much fun.
Or just like, it's so much fun because, you know, that's the cousin that's like my age, and we've always seen eye to eye on certain stuff. So kind of to let you know you're not crazy on certain things. You know, either like your love with something like as basketball, or if it goes to sports or music or anything like that. So just kind of someone sharing someone that in common with, and just having him right there, like literally the whole time. So that was really cool. Going over the mountains and the hiking and seeing those scenic views was definitely sights to see. So I don't know. I really liked it. I love going to LA, and well, that's the trip I'm talking about mainly, right? Because that's the trip we're talking about. Yeah, the LA Valley. Went to a wine vineyard too. That was the first time I did some dumb shit like that, and that was really cool.
That was fun. I didn't even talk about that, going to wine country.
So yeah,
because we did that. We went wine tasting.
Yeah, I think that was really fun. And you're talking to someone that's not drinking currently right now, and I still thought it was a good time. You know, just seeing the different things, like going to the different spots and seeing how each one of those spots are either run or like kind of like the look of it. And yeah, it was just it was a good time. And also, you know, of course, it was my godmother's birthday, and she knows how to fucking have the best time.
Yeah,
she knows how to celebrate like with the best of them. It's like Diddy and her. and yeah, so that was really fun, and
it was so much fun. I'm just thinking about like how much wine I drank and how I was still fine at the end of it. Like, I drank so much wine, and then we were on a trolley. For those of you that don't know what a trolley is, I think of San Francisco, right? Those little trolleys that you guys see that is synonymous with San Francisco. And they had basically one of those, but like on regular wheels. So we got to like ride around in that. It was really cool. There was a microphone, so I got on the mic.
Of course.
I was like the MC, hype man, hype girl of the trip on the way back. This was after like lots and lots and lots of cups of wine. And that was a lot of fun. I am so happy that I got to experience that, not just with my brother, but with like my cousins and my aunt. And, you know, it was just great. So yeah, I just wanted you to go ahead and share some of like, you know, your little highlights, because you're a part of the podcast, Javier. You're, you know, people, I'm sure there's somebody out there who listens, making sure that you're good too.
I hope so.
Guys, new music dropped today, which the episode we're dropping is it's Saturday. I can't even say Saturday without saying WTW.
WTW Saturday.
So yes, okay, guys, this is WTW Saturday. We're dropping it on a Saturday, but Summer Walker's new project, Still Over It, dropped yesterday, and it is so freaking good. I don't know how else to describe it. How, like, it is just so fucking good. Like, I listened to it the moment that it dropped. I listened to the first song, and then X for a Reason kind of grew on me like heavy. I ended up really, really liking it, and now I like it now that I've heard it with the album. My biggest fear was the X for a Reason song. I felt like that was like a single that I probably shouldn't have heard ever and just waited until the album dropped, because sometimes the single can mess it up for you. It can be like, oh, this is what the album's gonna sound like. Excuse me, this is what the album is gonna sound like, and you're kind of like just like a little disappointed because you're like, dang, I kind of wanted it to be a little more like this, or I was expecting it to be like, I wanted a song like Tonight, like from Over It, or I wanted a song like Body, and then now you're giving me X for a Reason, so you think that that's what you're going to get. Listening to the album we got those songs that we like, that, you know, from Over It and the style of the Summer Walker that we like. I felt like we got it. Just a couple of my favorite songs have been Unloyal, Constant Bullshit. I also like the one with the Neptunes. Unloyal is the one with Ari Lennox. Guys, okay, so this song gave me like a Erykah Badu, like neo soul type of vibe, and so that caught my attention like automatically. And then Ari Lennox is featured in it, and then they also have a trumpet playing in one of the parts of the song, and that just drove me crazy. The song that I was talking about is called That Right There, and that's with Pharrell and the Neptunes. Super good song. She also has Omarion on the project. She has SZA and Cardi B, as well as Lil Durk. I really kind of like the message that Cardi B left. It was like a voicemail, like telling her to like not listen to like, if the rumors, I guess, of like when she was pregnant were true, because I don't think Summer Walker was the one who actually announced her pregnancy. I think it was the jealous ass bitches that be out in these social media streets that
I know
that basically like announced the pregnancy for her. So Cardi like leaves her a voicemail like, you know, if it's true, then, you know, whatever, who cares? Like, put all that shit in your music, and, you know, hurt these bitches where it hurts the most. Like, tell them that you got your own money, and basically like, because they wanted to get clout off of you, so you're gonna get clout off of them, type of thing. Like, you know, like kind of like just like fuck these bitches, like go ahead and do what it is that you gotta do and put it in your music, you know, and sell millions, because if somebody else is gonna make money off of what you're going through, why not it be you? You know what I mean? So she talks a lot of shit on that album, and it's funny because the person that she's talking about, London on the Track, is actually all over the project, not just because it's about him low key, but he also wrote a lot of the songs.
I'm seeing this tweet right now that says London on the Track produced damn near half of the album, half of the Summer Walker Still Over album, and she used those beats to air him out. That's hilarious.
Exactly. You know what I do have to say, because guys, I'm on my social media break, like I mentioned in the last episode. It's November, so I'm happy that I didn't have to listen to the album with social media. Or like the perception or like the opinion of social media. Like, I'm just listening to this project and loving it based on me loving it myself, me just loving Summer Walker, me loving Over It. So then, you know, social media has a way of like messing things up for you sometimes. Do you agree, Hav?
Definitely. Sometimes it does, or sometimes it makes you get more hyped about something too.
True.
Like, you could look at something and like, oh, that's all right, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, but I like, you kind of could halfway like it, but then social media could make you love it.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true, because there's been times where like that'll happen to me, that I'll see something and I'll be like, oh no, but then I'll see it like on social media, just like,
like
exactly like how you're saying,
because you almost feel like, wait, did I miss something? You know what I mean? Like I guess, for example, like that song on CBL that with Travis, Fake Friends, is it? What? No, whatever how that song's called, right? That song right there, like I liked it when I first listened to it, but I kind of not skipped over it, but I didn't think so much about it. I was just like, damn, this is a good song. But I like TSU, I like the In Too Deep, like off the first initial listen. But then as many times I saw that song posted, or, you know, that being a caption, you know, I've been losing friends and finding peace.
Sound like a fair trade.
It's called Fair Trade, yeah. So then I don't know. I feel like the hype off social media made me like double down. Even though the song's still good, like I wasn't hating on the song, but I don't know. It's just a little bit of an example of that.
That's a great example. Excuse me.
I'm tired.
It's crazy because it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I didn't want to go into the Drake album, but I do agree with what you're saying as far as like you see something on social media and you'll be like, oh man, I wasn't really fucking with it, but now like I'm seeing it, or I already like it, and then I listen to it on social. Guys, what Hav said is true. That happens. Social media can do that to you, okay? So yeah, so make sure that you guys go ahead and check out the Summer Walker album. I'm not gonna give you guys my rating today because if I were to rate it today, I would be giving it a 10. Just because I fucking love it. I don't think that's fair because I feel like I might need to sit with it for at least another couple of days.
I would say it's fair for you to say it's a 10 right now because how you acting like, oh, this album is, I haven't heard it. But you acting like this motherfucker is a 10 out of 10. So
it's because it's so, it has like every element that you need. It's like the whole like fuck boy, the whole I'ma get it, the whole like I'm the one. It's just like all around, and there's 20 tracks. It's an hour long. Yeah, I mean, based off of the couple, I know I probably have heard it like one full times, maybe 3, maybe more, maybe 4, maybe 4.
damn, other people dropped. Travis dropped Exploit Plan and this other song called Mafia. Just a 2-pack that he dropped that was pretty good. Key Glock also drops Yellow Tape 2. Kind of long awaited sequel to Yellow Tape 1, obviously. And something new. I think that Claudia Wood Lake. Oh man, and Terrence Martin also dropped. I need to listen to this. But True Religion is now on streaming, so you can listen to Knockout featuring Big Sean.
I've been heard that song there.
Oh yeah, it was always there.
I have it in my
I don't know. Well, just I don't know. I guess I always thought that. I guess it's just the anniversary edition. My bad. It's probably not new to streaming.
Oh, it just said that it's not in my country anymore.
It's just new. Yeah, it's probably because they repurposed it and probably they put it on the anniversary edition. It probably was there probably as a single, or maybe it was half of the True Religion mixtape that was 10 years ago, I want to say, or give or take, that came out. 2011. So yeah, well, we can hear Krayshawn too. We can hear that Krayshawn song.
It's not coming up on my end.
I like the One Day at a Time too, featuring Jadakiss. If you don't know about this mixtape, this honestly really what brought 2 Chainz. I mean, really to this is I think the mixtape that actually featured Spend It, and that kind of just became a huge hit, and then so on and so forth. The legacy grows on from there.
Oh, I see it here. It's like bluish.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they did like a little anniversary thing. I know Mac Miller also, while we were gone. Mac Miller's one of my favorite mixtapes by him was also released. Big Crit also got all of his stuff released too. Just some people I'm thinking about like releases that we didn't get to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, the West Side for Love 3 with Don Kennedy. We've been banging that.
Yes.
A great album by Dom. We talked about Don Toliver. Dugga, I like his album.
Did we talk about Don Toliver?
Yeah, I thought you talked about Don Toliver a little bit.
I didn't talk about him in the last episode.
Well, we prop shrooms to Don Toliver's new album, and we absolutely love it. And it's forever has a special place in our heart.
Yeah.
But not in all seriousness, it's a good album though. On and off the shrooms. So if you do partake in that, definitely, if you need a soundtrack, highly recommend that.
Yeah, I heard the album while on shrooms, so every time I hear the album, that's what I think about.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, oh man, I remember.
And that 2 a.m. I love that song 2 a.m. But right when that song came on, that's kind of when them shits was hitting. So
I did feel it a little more, like it was a little bit more.
I don't know if it was the music, but yeah. Oh, Big Sean also dropped his project that we kind of broke here.
We kind of predicted it.
We kind of predicted.
Because he went on LA Leakers and did like a 8-minute freestyle or some shit like that. And we were like, there's no way that you're gonna snap that hard and not drop a project after. And lo and behold.
And have Hit Boy just like right next to
him. Yeah, and had Hit Boy just next to him. Like we know y'all was just at the studio, probably just finished mixing something.
So that was a 6-track project. Good. I like it. I think that one featuring Bryson and Dirk is growing on me, but I like that What a Life shit. Also another release, like a re-release of a mixtape, ASAP Rocky's Live Love ASAP also dropped, and that was just good because we fuck with that. Stoned on Ocean by Currency as well. Just a couple albums that I've been playing, and therefore Claudia has been listening to with that. So yeah, lot of music been dropping it, and I don't know. That's pretty cool with like the old stuff, with like old mixtapes. I know I was watching Dom Kennedy interview, and they were talking about getting the Yellow album on streaming. Hopefully that happens. But I don't know what you think about like those mixtapes now becoming available to us now, like on streaming. Isn't that like kind of fucking awesome?
I think it is because
Remember, like that was an era, like like the mixtape era controlled us for like 2010 to about almost 15 or so.
exactly. So all of these projects being available on streaming services, I feel like it's these artists getting their due diligence. Like they did the work in those years, and now let's put these songs on streaming services because these are the projects that basically catapulted a lot of these artists'
And they dropped them
careers,
for free.
and they dropped them for free. And
probably
this
have
was
a million
something that, like,
plays.
yeah, this is something that, like, listen, that True Religion project by 2 Chainz. I know I listened to that shit all the time, and it was a mixtape. You know,
We had it on a CD.
we had it on a CD, exactly. So imagine an artist didn't get paid nothing from that. So now it's on a platform that maybe they're not getting as paid as maybe if they would have dropped it as an actual CD back in the day. But now they're at least getting something for the work that they did when they were first building. So shout out to the artists who get that. What I wanted to ask was, what do you think about this whole like how he has like, it's like a trilogy, how he has like From the West Side with Love 1, 2, and then now he has 3. Do you feel like as an artist, he felt like he had to come out with 3 or something like that? Or like,
I don't know. I think honestly, if I had to kind of like judge that, you know, you asked me that question, I had to look at into Dom's mind. I honestly think that he loves that name so much because, like he said it, if he had a book, he'll call it From the West Side with Love.
Yeah.
You know, so like, not saying that he's not saying that you're not original or like he can't make up a new name or anything like that. Just kind of like, man, I like that name so much, and maybe yeah, you know, when you're at 2, you're kind of like, all right, now I got to do the trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, because I guess when you're at 1, like, you ain't really tripping. But, like, as soon as you drop that
The
second
one is like there's 3.
it's like, okay, yeah, maybe a 3 is down the line.
Do you think if he does 4 and 5 is too much, or should he do?
I don't know. I actually, I always wondered that with the Carter, like, if we were going to get, like, up to 7. Because
Or
remember,
like even the blueprint we got 4.
We got 4 blueprints? No. Well,
It's just blueprint 3 then. I'm tripping.
Well, blueprint 2 could be one because that motherfucker double disc, so it could be 1 and 3, and then that other one.
3 is the one with
the 3 lines.
Okay.
And
I don't know why I thought there was 4.
And the instruments. I remember I hated so much on that album because Jay would say Blueprint. It's like, it's Blueprint 3. And I'll be like, I know it's Blueprint 3, motherfucker. We bought it. But it's just like, nah, and like now, like, that's actually something good to do, you know, like kind of like be reminded of like the project that it's on or whatever. Like
Speaking of Jay made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Good segue right there, Claudia. We salute you, Hova.
Hall of Fame Hove.
Hey, man, Scarface the movie did way more than Scarface the rapper to me. I'm just saying.
Listen, I love me some Jay-Z, and for him to have made it to the Hall of Fame, it just puts him higher in the pedestal that I think we all already have him on. It just solidifies him being there. Something that I like that Dave Chappelle said was that, like, you know, he's part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he is still ours. Like, he is still hip-hop's. Like, he is Jay-Z, you know, the originator, or you know, like one of the originators, at least, who I feel he took what hip-hop artists before him were doing. He took it and made it his own, took it to the next level, and then also became a business at the same time. And it's like the longevity. And that's something that Kanye talked about in the Drink Champs interview. It's about, like, you know, like, rappers back then wish that they could have a career to where they're dropping something and they're still relevant at like 44, or even take Nas as an example, 50 years old. You know what I mean? And that was unheard of before. Like, these legends that we have right now, they're passing the 40s and they're still making music. They're still their rap careers that they had took them to the next level that they needed to get to. They got to that level, and now they're just like, okay, what else? You know, like, what else can I do musically, financially, for my business? What is it that I can do? So,
yeah, Kanye talked. I mean, not to bring up this because they're gonna talk about it more. But on the Drake Traps episode, he talked about that being 44 and being at the top of the game or competing.
Yeah, like
at
he's
the
just
highest
like,
level.
like I'm 44 and I can compete at the highest level with like all of these artists that are out right now. And as opposed to how it was before artists weren't making it past 44. Some of them because they were getting murdered, and other because we lost into the system, or because some of them just didn't know, or careers weren't handled properly to where they were going to have the longevity that they deserved. And that's something that the artists before, unfortunately, didn't get to like bask in. Something that Jay-Z says is he's like coming to get for all they did to the Cold Crush. That's a bar he has. Like, I'm coming to get what y'all didn't give the Cold Crush. Like, I'm coming to get it all. Like, I'm coming to get all the money. Jay-Z fucking said no to the Super Bowl. He says it in this song. I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you, type of thing. And bam, 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 bam. Now this dude basically got Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige to all perform at the motherfucking Super Bowl halftime for 2022. Like, Jay-Z did that. That's insane. I feel like that deserves a hand clap pop. I'm sorry.
My bad. 'Cause I'm just reading that Silk Sonic dropped another song, and I didn't hear it, and I'm a little upset.
Oh, wow.
So they also are part of the new music as well. They dropped a single, and not only them, also Post Malone and The Weeknd dropped a single together too. So
Nice. That's awesome.
Just to wrap up that music, that new music segment there.
Yeah, so we just finished watching the Dream Champs episode with Kanye West. And
Out of it.
when I tell you that I was like, okay, guys, Drink Champs has been a show that inspired me to start this. We've been on set of Drink Champs. Once, and then the second time we were at the end of it. Like, that's how we got to meet Currency.
Shout out to Hospital.
Yeah, and so like, it was just crazy to me to just see like Kanye West just being there. Like, you know, like it's something that I feel like as a journalist, like you just work so hard for. You know what I mean? To like have a Kanye West in your chair, to have a Jay-Z in your chair, to have a Drake, to have a this, to have a that, you know, and I feel like they're like one of the bigger hip hop platforms that were able to get Kanye West on. And something that I loved was he was just like, you know, you're my Joe Rogan type of thing, you know, and that right there was kind of just like, dang, you can say whatever the fuck you want about Nori, but you can't say that he interviewed one of the GOATs, you know what I mean? Like him and EFN, like you can say whatever you want about either one of them. Like both of them interviewed Kanye. Like it was awesome to see. It was awesome to witness. I'm just so happy. Home team. Mm-hmm. One of the things I love is that EFN was wearing a Dade shirt like that said Dade. And then for the Wale episode, he was wearing a shirt that said the Kendall. And that to me is just like, it's just like representation where it matters. And that's one of the reasons why you gotta love hip hop, is because like everybody is represented in their own way. Something that I loved about the Kanye and Drink Champs episode was that Nori shared the story about Kanye telling Kim, like, this is who we named our daughter after. And that to me was just, that shit made me do a little thug tear. I didn't even go home nobody. Because like you think, because I remember when I first heard them calling her that, like Nori, that's who I thought of. When I hear Nori, I only think of one Nori. Like, there's only one Nori to me. So when that was like her nickname or whatever, that's who I would think of. And then to hear that, it was just like, dang, that's so dope. Of course, we know her name is North, but her nickname is Nori. And
yeah, that was big. That was just big for hip hop. Like I felt like not that Kanye West now makes Drink Champs official. We didn't need that.
Yeah, because Drink Champs has been official.
Drink Champs has been official.
You have Biggs and fucking Diddy as executive producers on there. They're official. So, continue. Sorry.
No. It's just I guess it was like, I don't know. It just like made more sense, or just like it was everything you wanted it to be, because it was hip hop. Even though I wish they probably went like into that like backpacker stories a little bit more. But that's totally fine because Kanye is like so much on a different way. Like you can't prep for Kanye almost. You kind of just have to.
He was saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say. He said that on his tombstone it's gonna say that he deserved to be there because he signed Big Sean. That was crazy because I love Big Sean. So for him to have said that, but it was either Big Sean or Pusha T. But he could have taken a shot and said both.
But he said so much in that fucking interview, goddamn. Because, but no, one thing he did say, well, and then Nori's like, let's make some noise for that. When he's like, oh, the worst thing I did was sign Big Sean. He's like, all right, let's make some noise for that. And he's like, no, the worst. And he's like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit.
I don't even know what to.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit. I know that must have been like awkward for Nori, especially since shit, Big Sean could be a guest, and also you don't want to disrespect anyone. I thought that was kind of cool. He did win a little bit in, but like. It's making sure he wasn't disrespecting Ja Rule when that was kind of like brought up or whatever, and his appreciation for that, him saying that thing about Jay, well, anything that he said about Jay, because it kind of lets you know how does Kanye view Jay,
or even the group chat,
the whole group chat thing, how he really is type shit.
Yeah, you kind of got to see a little bit more into his psyche, like even the whole like don't be slow texting.
Right, yeah. Don't
like,
be slow. Don't be on my phone. Slow texting me, taking long to reply to me. Like, get off.
Listen, I felt that. I felt that because sometimes motherfuckers be taking mad slow, like for no reason. So something else that he mentioned was like even like the reason why he had the beef with like Sean and like John Legend, like all these different people that he did have. It was because they were kind of like clowning him when he was trying to be to be president,
or just like kind of being around that other side. And
yeah, because they're like, Democrats. Oh my god, because of bro. Everybody like Common. He's like, the only thing I like about Common is that he was over there with them Democrats or some shit like that, bro. When I tell you that, like, because listen,
because it started off so good. He was like, man, Common. He was like, and then he kills Talib.
He murders
Talib, and then he goes on to say that about like with them and their Democrats.
And it's funny because the three of them have a song together.
Right, yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, and then he's just like, I never really liked how Talib rap. And it's just like, you mean Kali?
We were actually there when Talib was one of the times that Talib was on Drink Champs.
And he refers to that time of him being there too, which was kind of crazy. Which was like, for Claudia was like, he saw it. Like, he saw what we saw in real time.
We saw for real, cause yeah, that
was some hip hop shit that happened there.
Yeah, and then just like hearing, like just him, cause I just feel like they just villainize him so much, and then it's and
then he talked about
he's Kanye.
Well, in that way too, or like, man, like I guess not the sympathy, but like. And I don't think that's what he was asking for at that time, but him kind of like saying or addressing like, bro, I'm battling Virgil and I'm battling Drake.
Yeah.
And then I got to battle Travis on the fashion or rap or just new music, and then J. Cole or Kendrick and better raps or better bars or better lyrics, and then Tyler comes with better videos, like it's just like I gotta battle all of them at once. Like he's like, I'm the only one that does like that could go against any of those guys.
Yeah,
because he's like he kind of not created all of them, but kind of like
he's their dad.
He's their dad, yeah, type shit. Which is the truth. I mean, I think all those people would say it.
Kind of like how he's just like, well, yeah, Travis is me,
Rocky,
and Cuddy, no.
Is that what he said? Yeah, that's what
he said.
Yeah,
he was just like, well, yeah. He's just like, well, Travis is just, these. And then even him talking about, what's that song that it's Travis and Drake?
Sicko Mode?
Yeah, Sicko Mode, how they would play that song at the kids' party.
Yeah.
He's just like, how you think that makes me feel,
Right.
And the whole thing about like, oh, you didn't say that, like, it was just like, yeah, I didn't say that I fucked her. Yeah, but you're making it seem like you did.
Right, yeah. Right, or even the same thing, like, you ain't gonna do nothing, but you're making it seem like you sound like you're gonna do something. Yeah, like you are, or that you have, or back to the wife thing, or that you would, or you're right, or that like it's like it already happened type shit.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was very interesting because I think sometimes as rappers we could talk like that. We could talk like that in a way, and I could see how at a disposal of someone else, and I could see how that person just being a little bit like, yo, but what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
Listen, as rappers, you guys have the freedom to be able to say what it is that you want to say. But I also feel that if somebody feels a certain way and maybe addresses it, then I'm not saying you got to change the song because now there's nothing that you can do. But at least, like, talk to the person. Like, hey, so whatever I said here, I really didn't mean it maliciously type of thing. I don't know. Kanye is a Gemini, so I feel, and he said it himself. He said that he's a very forgiving person. Like, I'm sure if it were to just be like, hey, so like I said this in the song, but my bad, you know, I'm just trying to sell shit out here. I don't know.
Right, and if you guys haven't seen the interview or anything like that, he also mentioned some shit, and I'm paraphrasing here, kind of like how, I forget who, but I guess like managers or people, Kanye name drops with the best of them. He was like saying like they're okay with the relationship that him and Drake have, and he's not okay with that. Like kind of like, oh, just you two be on separate sides, like you guys, just be distant. He wants them to be kind of like in unison, and orchestra, like and it's like, what the hell? Why can't we just be like all like friends or in on it or like help each other type shit or just like I guess be cultural? And they're like, oh no, we're kind of cool with you guys not being cool.
Yeah, because it causes more controversy. People talk about it more. It makes for great headlines. It makes for great if there is a
album
bar.
rollouts.
If there's a bar that we believe that could be, then we're going to go with that type of thing. I feel like that's what people like to capitalize on, and that really sucks because a lot of people, and maybe not Drake right now, but we don't know if Drake in the future is going to suffer from any mental illness that is going to make him, like, I don't know, because we do know Kanye's history with his mental health and stuff like that. And something that I also like that he said was about him, and like the process, that how he likes to take the fans on a process, and that's kind of why he did the listening parties type of thing, was because he wanted the fans to be part of the process and things like that. So listen, we can sit here and talk about it more, or you can just go ahead and check it out. So go ahead and check out the Kanye West Drink Champs episode. Shout out to Nori and EFN, official Drink Champs family in the building. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. I believe that is there something else? No, we talked about Don Toliver, Kanye.
Let me just say, because I see this right here on Twitter. It says, Ye is like passing the things up. Okay, yeah, he basically says that, and then you get Rocky dressing better than me, Tyler better videos, Drake more records, J. Cole more backpack, Kendrick better bars, so I literally had to go Thanos.
Yeah, no, and Thanos did he go.
And then Mafia, who I didn't know, J. Cole's on Mafia. I feel like I heard that song a couple of times, but I just had it playing. I didn't really was like dissecting the shit. But
J. Cole on that Young Thug song and the Young Thug album. Oh yeah, I really like that song.
He went off on that shit.
He spazzed, bruh. He spazzed like with the best of them. I was actually watching J. Cole's Rolling Loud performance on YouTube, guys.
And she saw him live in concert.
And I saw him live in I didn't talk about that. I did talk about that.
Yeah, I know. I just think that's funny because it's like, didn't you see this show?
Oh, but the thing is that I love seeing concerts. Like if I can see it like on YouTube, I love watching it because, listen, even though I saw him in concert, like I didn't see him as well as those cameras can capture him. So a lot of like the movements and like how he kind of like raps and stuff, like I got to see it better because I had like, professional cameras had recorded the performance. So yeah, that was dope. So make sure that you guys go check that out too, the Cole Rolling Loud performance. That man was performing in the rain. In the rain. Before we get into the next topic, I have to point this out and talk about this because I am in love with Meg Thee Stallion and Partisan Fontaine. So they celebrated their 1-year anniversary, and it was the cutest thing ever. Meg, I think, posted something about it, but Party came out with the cutest fucking video. Ladies, y'all know that cute video, the montage of all the cute little moments that usually women come up with, like the whole video of like cute moments with them and like selfies and like a whole little clips of like just cuteness. Well, he came out with that And it was just so freaking cute. I was just like, look at Meg. Something that I love about Megan is that she's always let her fans know what's kind of like going on. Like when her grandmother passed away, her mother passed away, like all of these things. She's graduating school. She's doing like all of these things. And then it's just like, dang, she has all of that. And she has a man who loves the fuck out of her. Like, good for her. You know, because sometimes like when you are so indulged, when you indulge so much in the culture, you start seeing these people as like people, because it's just like, no, she's a person. Like, yeah, she raps about X, Y, and Z, but she's still a person. She still has emotions. She still has to go through grief. She still has to fall in love, and she's doing all of that in front of us. And I love that. So shout out to her and Polly. Happy 1 year.
Shout out to love.
Shout out to love. Speaking of love, we're gonna talk about you.
You the show. Don't
You,
get
the
excited.
show, not about you. We don't know you yet, but if
We ain't gonna expose you just yet.
I don't have enough evidence yet. So you season 3, yeah, right. Season 3 officially dropped, and of course, like the person that I am, I finished it in a weekend, and I have to say, I called it in the first episode of who I thought was gonna die first, and I was right. Can I say? I think I could say it right. So I knew that neighbor bitch was gonna die the first episode.
Damn, for real?
Like that. Listen, I watched that episode, and in the middle of the episode, I was just like, either this bitch is gonna die, or the influencer mom.
Oh yeah, that crazy.
I was just like, yo, I was just like, one of these fools is gonna get murdered. I don't know which one.
Murdered.
I was like, I don't know which one, but they're gonna get murdered. And then, but I didn't think it was gonna be the first fucking episode that they were gonna kill, that she was gonna die.
They did kill her off quick.
They killed her off quick. She didn't even make it to the next episode at all.
My dog ain't even smash.
He ain't even fuck. But he didn't want to.
Yeah, cause exactly. And this bitch still kills her.
She seriously, man, she went crazy on her. And it was, you know what it was though? I don't even think. No. Okay, so I do think this. Okay, so this is what happened. Joe is telling her the truth, is telling Love the truth. He's just like, you know, like I went over and we had drinks and this and that and blah, 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 whatever. But then when she talks to the girl makes it seem like Joe never went over. So I think that's what got her upset. That's what got Love upset and made her believe like, nah, y'all was doing something else. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that's what it was. But I don't know, man. All that like suburbs and like all that shit, like you just know.
That
shit.
Lululemon.
Yeah,
San Francisco.
Lululemon type of vibe, and the athleisure and the gluten-free, sugar-free, sucker-free, all that's free. Them little towns be crazy. So, something that I thought was really funny was him being over the neighbor girl so quick. Like she just died and he was just like off of it. Like he didn't care nothing else anymore after that. The only thing was when like they had to like hide her body and shit like that. But I feel like I think they're already renewed for a 4th season, no?
I think so too. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think they already got it.
Did you like the ending?
A little bit.
I kind of hated that. I'm sorry, because this is a really big spoiler. I hated that they had to get rid of, like, he got rid of his baby.
Oh yeah.
Like that kind of sucked, because the whole time that you see him talking about like his son and like his son not wanting to be like him and like all this stuff, like you would think that he would like guard his kid a little bit more and like not do that. But he did. Like he straight up gave that baby up. Like no hesitation. And guys, listen, if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry. Another spoiler, he fucking killed Love.
That people are speculating that like
She's not dead?
she's not dead. Yeah.
How? But I don't remember how it happened. How was it that she died, or how?
what was it? Didn't they like fought kind of thing, right? Because he was like numb, but then he like
Oh, because she was trying to kill him.
and then he kind of flipped it a little bit.
And he flipped it because he knew what she was doing. Because
Yeah,
it was
and he
like a
kills-
plan. Yeah, because
he
it was
kills
like
her to make it look like she kills herself
a.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, because he burns the house, doesn't he? Isn't that what he does?
Does he? I don't remember all of that.
Didn't he put? I don't know. I wasn't sure, but anyone learning that? Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
people are like, "Oh, is she gonna be? Are we gonna find out what happens to her? Is this girl Marlene even in Paris? Well, will you ever see Joe and Marlene in the same scene again? And then remember, these two. What the fuck? What happened to the neighbor son and neighbor dad? They're just gonna stop caring, not look for him. I guess because the house died or everyone died in it.
Interesting.
Was also well, I don't know if this is wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading this, but who would he kill in season 4? But I don't think Joe killed too many people this season.
He kind of he started off a little like,
a little soft, right?
A little soft. He wasn't the first one to kill.
But he did kill. No, he killed
Homeboy.
He killed Homeboy. Yeah, Marlene's
man.
Marlene's
And I think
daddy.
that was the who else?
No, like the baby dad. Like it wasn't just her man. That was her baby daddy. Like
for real. That girl's dad is dead. Who? Okay, so he would have killed that. The psycho of the.
Oh, the couple?
What is it, Carrie? Yeah, he would have killed a dude.
Yeah, he probably would.
But that dude came out of the woodworks like as if he didn't just get pushed off of a fucking cliff.
That fool was like high off cocaine. Like,
Bro, that guy was on something.
Can't kill him.
Was on something. And I knew something was up with that couple. I was like, they give me swinger vibes.
And lo and behold.
They were swingers.
Swinging with the best of them.
Hey, man, these, the Georgetown dunks.
I know. I just got that notification too, man. Shout out to all the sneakerheads out there. If y'all hit on that, let us know if y'all got a size 9.5. Claudia, what size are you in girls? Well, you're a 7, right?
I would have to get them in kids, so in men, so it'll be 5.5.
5.5.
They're saying that I could do an offer. Top offer is $300. Got me fucked up.
Not for those. Not 300 for those.
No, man. I didn't even pay that much for my pandas.
Panda.
Like, they weren't even that expensive. I still haven't gotten my 4s that I wanted, but it's all good. We gonna get them.
We gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. Shit. So, they're saying that. Would you think this fool gonna have another kid? Maybe.
With who?
I don't know, Joe. You know Joe.
He's quick to fall in love with somebody.
He gonna find some bitch out there in Paris and get her pregnant. She pregnant.
Wait, so is that where he was going to Paris? Because he was going with this girl?
That's how it ends, Cuddy. He's at that little shop, and he's over there, and he's in Paris. And like I thought it was the bitch already, but it's not her.
Oh, that's so true.
I do like the actress that did play Marlene. How are you doing?
She is beautiful. She's actually like super close with Kaylani. And she's done some other stuff too. She's awesome.
No, she did a good job. Everybody. And shout out to blind dude who I didn't know was blind till like the fucking last second episode. The Clay was like, "Oh yeah, he's blind."
I did tell him. I was just like, he's blind, right?
They did like a really good job on like not hiding it, but like I don't know, making it like really less noticeable until about that time, because you don't really see him like with his walker out or him like kind of like touching stuff, but then that kind of happens later on a little bit.
Yeah. But
I don't know. I thought that was a stellar job, and then he delivered almost all of his lines freaking properly. Yeah. Was there anyone in the show that felt misplaced? Oh well, the couple, the upbeat couple, the influencer. She was just like, what the fuck?
She was just a little much, and then you kind of got to see a little bit more about love, grieving the loss of her brother.
Right. Oh yeah.
And things like that. So that was, I think, important to have showcased, because it's tough losing a brother.
Do you think Joe was kind of like a little easy to get rid of this kid? Because he was like, they fucking call him 40. This fucker doesn't even like me. He cries.
I just think that when you're a serial killer, I think nothing is off limits. Like, I'll get rid of my kid. Fuck it.
But honestly,
I don't think it had to do with him like in 40. I just felt like he was incompetent.
How like, I'll maybe give him 2 seasons, but I don't know how many more seasons I could watch of this.
You think they'll give us 5?
I think that might be one too many. I don't
You
know.
think they can wrap it up at 4? Bro, somebody's got to catch this fool.
Or just something gotta happen. I don't know. Like, let's just make a finale. I don't know. Not so much on like I want shit to end. It's just that I don't know. This season I was a little bit more like
It was slower.
it was slower.
I heard that too, that it was slower for some people. For me, I was just,
It was slower.
I'm the type of person that like, I just want to get to the next episode. Like, what happens next?
I guess I didn't feel that excitement to what's next. I kind of was like, kind of watching to see if, to make sure I'm not like behind on anything.
Yeah.
Social media. I got to get ahead of the joke. I don't want to like not see a meme and not get it.
Yeah.
That's
That's why a lot of people watch Squid Game.
Oh, hell yeah. It's probably how most people watch Squid Game.
Yeah.
Even though season 2 on that. That's the thing though. Like I guess more seasons is good because you get to explain on the mythos of shit. But I don't know, like, well, what the fuck? Because now it's like we're getting in Dexter territory, or we're getting in that territory of like, what the fuck? He just never gets caught. He just never gets punishment for anything that he does.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted him to get. I want it to be like the season 4. If it were to be how I would want it to be, it would be that we get introduced to somebody who is out for vengeance for him. And is like trying to do everything in their power to get him down because they know what he did.
A little bit like almost kind of like we need the neighbor husband to be on crack next season. Like to like really like, nah, this was it was fucking him. It was fucking him, or like or
like,
it
was her or something. And
it doesn't have to be him. This could be from someone years ago we didn't even know in the series. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Like I
that.
just want. That's what I would like. I think that would make it a lot more interesting for me because I agree. I feel like at this point, like somebody got to catch this motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
I'm about to go catch him.
Someone gotta do something. This actor talked about kind of like how they shoot it because it's like a lot of inner dialogue. It's like him talking to Joe talking to himself.
Yeah.
So like they kind of like have to play it like, just keep on talking even though like they know what he's saying about them. You get it? He's like, oh, look at you there with with a faded shirt. You take care of your shirts, but did you wear that for me? Like all that shit. Like they kind of have to just like talk like like normal. Basically why that's happening. So I don't know, I just thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. So Shameless has come to an end. I think it came to an end like last year, but we didn't watch it until it came out on Netflix, and it is officially over. They did 11 seasons. Crazy because we got to see a lot of the actors basically grow up in front of us.
Grew up, yeah, for real.
From Debbie, Liam, it was a different one when I think he was younger, but Liam, we got to see kind of grow up. We got to see the actress that plays Carl, Debbie, Ian, Lip, and even Fiona. We also got to see Veronica and Kev grow up pretty much. I mean, even though V looks the same.
I mean, yeah, the show aired for 10 years. So
yeah, it
10 years straight.
With
This kid, I don't know, Dan, what's his name? This guy's name is Ethan, but what Carl. Yeah, Carl, he's 22 now, so he started when he was 12, I guess.
Yeah. And so think about that. Like, you started on a show when you were this age, and now it's finishing at this age. And I just felt like it was such a great show, and I felt like this last season was good. They incorporated a lot of what was going on because of the virus, and at first it was when shows and stuff started coming out during the seasons of, or recording during the seasons of basically mid-COVID, I wasn't sure how I would feel about like it kind of being something that is in our shows, but I felt like Shameless did such a good job at like not hiding it, but incorporating it into their show, like with the masks and kind of like being mindful of like, oh, when they would get to somewhere, they would put a mask on.
Or like, yeah, even taking it off for having it having it on your chin, like while you're talking, like, cause all of us have done that.
Yeah, and having it like that. And then they say that if you haven't watched it, I'm so sorry, but Frank dies. And even that, like him being positive with COVID, and that people saying that that's the reason why he passed away. But he was also like had just fucking OD'd on drugs. So it could have been that. It should have been that. And I would always say Frank is going to die in a way that we're never going to like. It's like they always say it, like a diabetic or an alcoholic or something like that, they're not going to die of what you think they're going to die. They're going to die of something else. And that's exactly what happened to Frank. We don't get to see, because like I felt like how Hav was saying, I was talking to Hav about this, how like kind of they left some things like open-ended. So like we don't know really what happens with Debbie. We just know that Debbie's a hot mess. That's what we know. And you know. And then so like V and Kev, like, do they end up telling the alibi? Do they end up leaving? And it was just like a couple things that you just wish that if you're not going to show us the end, don't introduce it to us, almost kind of.
Yeah.
You know, like, don't tell me that these fools are going to move and then don't at least show me that they moved.
They moved and now they have a house and now
they have a house and now they're happy and, you know, they're living in Louisville. But then I guess that's like how Hav says, like, that's supposed to be up to you and your imagination. So.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm over here reading Shameless star Emma Kennedy, which is who plays Debbie on the exit of Emma. Amy. Hey, how is that how you say that? Whatever. Emmys, whoever. She's the one that played Fiona. She was basically saying that, like, so this is, and I quote here, she was on the, the Go to Call Her Daddy podcast. And it said, like, you know, in a good way and bad ways, that the relationship, the sibling relationship kind of got off camera as well. And then she also goes to say, we were both so young. I was obviously a lot younger. There were times where she would try to be a good influence, and there were times where she'll be blatantly giving me not the best advice. Maybe she was struggling with her own inner problems and taking out on other people, but we all handle situations differently. I was 9 and she was over 10 years older than me, so I'm like, why is there a weird competition here? I am not trying to compete. Don't know if it was other people creating that on set or if it was her creating it. I just know I wasn't creating it. And apparently she might be pregnant, and then that Fiona will make a great, lovely mother. And yeah, just felt a little weird. It was weird at first, but on set it became a little bit more positive place, not gonna lie. I remember leaving some days anxious with her scenes, having her, because it was like having a bad, like, you know, some people have some bad days.
Is that what it is or no?
What?
That video?
I
was like, that's Becky G.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Becky G right here. Maybe they had the video of this earlier, but I just read like a 12th grader, so.
Did they is there anything else that we may be missing, Hav?
As far as any Shameless beef, no, I'm kidding. I was just wondering, because I was also wondering, like, dang, what happened to her? Like, she hasn't really done anything after. And we've seen, this girl had albums out too. Oh, look at Fiona. Yeah, Fiona was a singer too. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
Is that how we know her?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. She always looked familiar or whatever like that. But no, we talked about Shameless. We wanted to talk about that. We wanted to talk about You with you guys because we didn't get to kind of wrap up. Those are 2 big shows. Insecure the final season, and episode 2. We're gonna see episode 3 on Sunday.
Yes.
So we'll talk about that when that comes out. A bevy of bitches will be watching that on Sunday evening.
I'm really excited that you're caught up and that you're watching the final season
in real time.
Yeah.
I guess I ain't talk about that a little bit, like how I felt we could take, just take up a little bit of this time. Of kind of how I feel like the season's off to a fast start. You know, like
yeah.
We're getting to it. The time jump that we also got in the year time jump, which was good. Yeah, you know, it's happening. It's happening quickly, and we're seeing we're seeing Issa where we want to see her. Mm-hmm. Right, like kind of like where we want to see
successful.
Her. We're seeing Molly in more of that mindset of where we originally liked her, or we're just seeing more of ourselves in her. Mm-hmm. You know, a little bit, at least on my sense of like, damn man, I was sweating, or maybe I wasn't the best in that situation, or maybe all these situations weren't successful because of the common denominator, which is me.
Sometimes it be you.
That we got an important scene, I want to say, with when they were in bed and Issa cries on this guy's lip while they're kissing.
And she starts crying in his mouth.
Basically. And it was just, you know, like, you know, simply not over your last partner, you know, like being with someone else. Also, something like what Molly also says too, like embrace the change or embrace the new experience or something like that. that she kind of tells herself before meeting this new guy, I guess, on a date or something like that. So, you know, we're playing with fire. You know, no, we're cooking with oil now, and I like that because it didn't like really like. I don't know, because I never watched the show like live in time, so I can't say, oh man, like I guess the season's off to a slow start because I just watched the next episode.
Yeah.
But it looks like this season we're gonna get a lot of things answered, and I want to say that we're gonna get a nice book ending to this, whatever it is, you know. So
I'm excited. Y'all know I love me some Insecure, and I feel like Issa can't do no wrong, so whatever she gives us, I know is going to be good. The only thing that she's not going to give us is the hour-long episodes that we want. But besides that, I feel like she's going to do a good job at completing this chapter of her career and just, like, packing it up. Something that I do like that Jav mentioned was kind of like we start to see ourselves a little bit more in the characters. I feel like since the beginning, and that's why I always like the show, I always saw myself in the characters, and not just one specifically. It was like always something like different from every different character, and that was just something that I always enjoyed about the show. So, and I think this is the third season I've seen live, or second. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I've seen a couple of them to where like I have to wait, and I actually watched the first episode a couple of times. The second episode I watched it, and then I heard it because Jav watched it next to me. So I'm actually happy that we're not going to Disney on Sunday because new Insecure goes out.
We get to just chill and watch it.
We get to chill and just watch it, and I don't have to worry about it being like in my phone or anything like that. So with that being said, guys, we are still in a pandemic. Make sure that you wash your hands, wash your ass, drink your water, and mind your business.
And get vaccinated. But that's not my business if you are vaccinated or not.
And for the 182nd time in a row, it's your girl, Claudia Renee, on your airwaves with my co-host, Top 600 in the building. And we are out of here.
I'm straight. It's the Ambition Hour, baby. It's the Ambition
like that.
Hour, baby. It's the Ambition Hour, baby.
Next week, ho. Next week, we back with special guests. Make sure you have an ambition. Bitch!